Hey there, Fatman Skeletor here, and in an effort to whip up some easy content, we decided to talk about crazy convoluted plot lines from popular media. And today's topic is parents, specifically Spider-Man's parents.
Whatever happened to his parents? Didn't his dad, die in the subway and then die somewhere else in a plane, and then at the end of the movie he's not dead or something? I didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're thinking of Amazing Spider-Man 2. And, that was all over the place with his parents. And it was a real mess, but it was originally based on this old plot line where Spidey thinks his parents died in a regular old plane crash, but then he finds out that they were murdered by the Red Skull, and then he finds out that they were secret agents who left S.H.I.E.L.D. to join Hydra. So then Hydra sent them back to America to spy on S.H.I.E.L.D., but then it turns out they were only pretending to work for Hydra so that they could spy on them for S.H.I.E.L.D.
What?
But then the Red Skull blew their plane up.
So with all that being said, tell me, dear, did Spider-Man ever look for the truth?
Yeah, he travels to Algeria, which is actually a real country, and finds the evidence to clear their names.
Okay, wait. So he travels all the way to Nigeria to find papers from 15 years ago. And he does that. So why is it that Spider-Man could travel all that way for some papers, yet we still have people coming into this country illegally?
Well, he hitched a ride with the Fantastic Four to get there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, he basically just hitches a ride with the Fantastic Four, goes to Algeria, they go do their mission, and he blows a guy up with a missile and then fights the Red Skull and then clears their name. Goes home to America.
He just blows a guy up with a missile and casually walks away from that.
Oh, yeah, no, they really just gloss over it. But, the guy was Red Skull's top hitman, and he launched a missile, so Spidey, caught it with the web and then swung it back at him.
So I was going to say, this is the guy who couldn't deliver a pizza without falling to pieces in previous
installments. Oh, yeah, but,
he
he just casually catches pumpkin bombs all the time, so a regular missile's nothing compared to supervillain technology.
So, but isn't this just, some giant armored fuck in a suit? How did that compute?
No, this was just your regular old mob boss looking guy in a nice suit with a car, and he just happened to pop himself out of the car with a rocket launcher, and he picked the wrong spider to shoot at.
I'm just a nigga with a rocket launcher.
For real.
I'm just a nigga with a rocket launcher.
But yeah, so Spidey blew a guy up and then just kept going about his day.
So he's a regular dude.
Well, he was the Red Skull's top hitman, but yeah, he was just a regular dude.
So he's dead.
Oh, so dead. Car's smithereens.
So Spider-Man left America to kill a guy and come back.
Yeah, now you said that out loud, that kind of feels like that should be the title of the video. Spider-Man travels to foreign country and murders a man.
Every country in the world belongs to America.
He got a mask, I mean, when in Rome, he was just observing local customs. So this really gets, him blowing the guy up and going to Algeria and everything, that really gets glossed over a lot like the actual plotline I wanted to talk about today. So how about we get back on track?
Back to the dead parents.
Yeah. So do you remember when Peter's parents escaped a POW camp and returned to his life, but then it turns out that they were actually just robots programmed by the Chameleon?
Fucking why? Why is that a thing that happened?
Well, it's revealed that the Green Goblin hired the Chameleon to do this, to fuck with Peter emotionally for absolutely no payoff.
Okay, so we took the time to build two AIs that were completely working. They dumped all that money and tech and time just to fuck with a guy he doesn't like.
Well, to be fair, he didn't really build them, he stole them. Because
in that spare place where they keep programmed AIs of people's dead parents.
Well, they do, because his parents were S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and S.H.I.E.L.D. has these things called life model decoys, or LMDs, which is basically just while you're off doing your secret agent mission somewhere else, you've got this perfect replica robot. Yeah. You know how Nick Fury was a Skrull in the newest movie?
Oh, yeah.
They, instead of going with robots, they went with Skrulls, but it's the exact same premise.
Okay.
There's a stand-in for you in your regular life, so you can go do this business meeting, or you can go fuck your wife.
You can go on space vacation.
Yeah, No, the real one was on space vacation.
Oh, yeah.
The fake one was dealing with the bullshit.
I didn't pay attention to the movie.
That's okay. And that's okay. So, like, even though these were, like, real good decoys and they had, like, memories programmed from up until his real parents went missing, because that was the last time they did, like, a save data kind of thing, he did program in, POW camp memories and stuff like that, because they've been missing for the last 15 years.
It's just extra depressing.
Yeah. But there's a few questions that they couldn't answer. So Aunt May's suspicious, but... this whole storyline takes place in universe over like a couple of months, but in real life, this had been going on for 2 years now. So like they introduced Peter's parents as like regular supporting cast, like they were just part of his life for like a solid 2 years, and then out of nowhere they're like, well, what do we do now? Oh, I know. How about we just say his parents have been robots this whole time? Oh, well, why have they been robots? Chameleon did it. And then after he gets into a fight with Chameleon and beats him, oh, well, Green Goblin hired me to do it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they had no idea where they were going with this.
Okay, so it's basically some convoluted shithole mess with Chameleon, Goblin, and robots.
Yeah.
Fuck Marvel. This is exactly why I gave up on comics a long time ago.
Yeah, this was...
Nobody dies, everybody's a fucking clone or a robot or some odd shit.
This was when Marvel Comics was really going downhill.
Are
and
you really
lost...
here? Or are
I'm
you
a
a
Skrull.
robot?
No, but this is part of the reason why they lost a lot of money, and then they had to sell off a lot of movie rights, and we're just now getting the MCU. Because of stuff like this.
Because of shit like this.
Yeah, but that was just the main universe continuity, 616. And there's a lot of what-if universes out there, but the only other one that really matters and has any real continuity is 1610, the Ultimate Universe. And they handled this a lot differently. Okay, so for the Ultimate Universe, what they do is they splice this weird dead parent robot story in with the Clone Saga. And it actually works out really well. Like, I'm just giving you cliff notes here, but trust me, it works out. Like...
Just trust me.
It's gonna be good. So, just before all the Peter Parker clones start popping up, all the Spider-Man clones start popping up, Peter's dad shows up back from the dead, because in this universe, he died in a plane crash, just like
Nobody
original.
even gathered the Dragon Balls.
I have no idea what you're referencing. But yeah, so, because just like in the original universe, he died in a plane crash, but... unlike the original universe, he's not a secret agent. He's just dead. So, here, when the Clone Saga kicks off, he comes back from the dead, but this time it turns out he's actually just like a super aged-up clone of Peter Parker with false memory implants. And this whole plotline just plays out a lot better in the Ultimate Universe than the original, because... unlike the original, they actually had time to think this one through and like plan out where it's all going to go before they even started drawing up character designs. Whereas with the original, they were just going by the seat of their pants each week.
So were they still Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tuesday nights at 7? In this universe?
I'm pretty sure Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is off the air at this point. No, they were... Peter's dad and Eddie Brock's dad were lab partners working for this genetics company. And they explained this whole part of the backstory earlier on in the series. They tied in with the Venom story arc.
That actually does sound kind of cool, though.
Oh, yeah, it worked out really well. So, you know how originally Venom's an alien symbiote creature from off-world? In this one, Peter's dad originally created it as a bioengineered suit designed to cure cancer. But then the company that they worked for found out what was going on, stole all of their research, the suit, everything, and started weaponizing it, and then blew up the plane that the Parkers were on.
Okay.
So they still died in a plane crash, and they were still, important people, but...
But there was non-convoluted reasoning for it.
Yes. And that's also partially why the Venom symbiote is so attracted to Peter. It's made with his father's DNA, and Peter and his father share DNA.
That actually does make sense.
Yeah.
Because it all sucks.
Because they were running out of ideas.
Okay, so if Green Goblin commissioned Chameleon to make clones of Peter's parents, right? Arguably, those clone robot, whatever the hell things they were, would be very close to Peter, right? And they were there for like 2 years, right?
Yeah. Well, they were robots,
Whatever.
not clones.
It's the same shit in this universe.
No, genetic DNA.
Why then didn't he just program them to wait till Peter fell asleep and just finish him?
Because this Green Goblin wasn't Norman Osborn. This was Harry Osborn, who didn't know that Peter and Spider-Man were the same person.
Perfect, so he has no emotional attachment.
No, because in this situation, the Green Goblin brought these life model decoys of Peter's parents to fuck with Peter specifically, not Spider-Man. This is a supervillain now hiring another supervillain to steal robots to fuck with your best friend. Not another superhero or villain. Your best friend. He doesn't know Peter's Spider-Man at this point.
So I just want you all watching to remember, the next time you give Kingdom Hearts fans shit for their franchise being a convoluted dog shit mess, remember that some of this exists and we're barely scratching the surface here.
Yeah, barely scratching the surface.
Like, there's probably 6,000 more stories off the top of his head that he could think of, and that won't even be 50%.
Yeah. Did that answer your question?
It gave me several more that I don't want answers to, actually.
Okay.
I'll make up my own in my head, and we'll just go from there.
All right. So this has been our new segment, Messy Plot Lines with Fatman and Skeletor. Hopefully you understand what a convoluted mess Spider-Man was in the 90s.
And if you're like me and just don't question it. It's better that way.
Like and subscribe, hit that bell, and let us know in the comments what other stuff you'd like to see. We're not just stuck to comics. We'll handle movies and other crap too.
McClunky.
Yeah, we'll do a Star Wars Christmas special next. For ZeitgeistOG, Fatman Skeletor. Out.